Right, hello everybody, this is Coach Steve. Today we're doing a 9 exercise routine. This will be, you can do this in 1, 2, or 3 different heats, so to speak, depending on what you have time for. So if you're watching this as a recording, I'm going to record 1 section of this. If you have time for 2 sections, do 2. If you have time for 3 sections, do 3. If you have time for more, just keep watching it over and over again. Do it throughout the day. My challenge to you is always take some of these exercises that you learned today and incorporate those into your day. Whether that is, when you stop at the gas station, or if you're going to the bathroom or whatever, do a couple of these exercises. Today, grab yourself a mat, or if you have a safe place in your house to do this routine, that is fine. Grab yourself some water, and we're going to do a little bit of stretching, dynamic stretching at the beginning, a little bit of stretching at the end, and that'll be it for today. Okay, so go ahead and get your legs a little further in hip distance apart. Let's go ahead and spin side to side. This is a really good warm-up exercise for your whole body. So even if you've been sitting a long time, getting up and just twisting your body, getting it activated, get the ankles involved, shoulders. You can even shake out your hands as you go back and forth. And go at your own pace. All right. Okay. All right, next, let's go back to center. Go where your range of motion takes you. So do a little half squat and a reach. Whoop. If you can't get all the way to the ground, that is perfectly fine. Go where your range of motion takes you. Really get a good stretch on those shoulders all the way up. Stretch out those joints, wrists, fingers. Really open up those fingers. All right, arms to the side. Let's roll out our shoulders. This is good to open up the shoulders, open up the chest, open up the upper back, and get those muscles ready for movement, for exercise, for the day if you're doing this early. Now, as we go through this today, I'll give you options to regress or progress each of these exercises to make it work for you. Don't be afraid to push yourself a little bit. I know sometimes when we're doing this, we tend to be a little bit easier on ourselves if nobody's watching. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go back to center. Let's do a couple lateral lunges each way. And again, use your range of motion wherever it takes you, to the right and to the left. You don't have to get super deep. Just go down to a place where you feel like you're getting a little bit of extra stretch in, but you're not pushing your limits. Just getting our body ready for exercise. That is it. Okay, one more each side. All right, for our first exercise is going to be a wood chop. So if you want to hold on to a dumbbell, you can do that, or a rock, or I got a rock over there, or 2 dumbbells, whatever you want to do. Let's go ahead and get started. Put your hands together. You're going to reach all the way up to one side, chop it down to your knee. If you're holding on to a dumbbell, just hold on to that, bring it up and down. Bring it up and down. All right, let's go ahead and switch directions. Get full extension on those arms. All right, 5 seconds. Oh, don't forget to start your watch if you need to record this activity. All right, we're doing staggered push-ups next. So, level 1, put your hands different spots on the wall. Do a push-up. Same thing, we can do that on our knees. Go ahead and get started. Stagger your hands. Do a push-up. Stagger your hands. Do a push-up. All right, you can do full plank push-ups as well, wherever you are. But again, you want to make it for a whole minute. So whatever you need to do to make that happen, let's do it. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. Okay. We're doing squat holds next. So, level 1 for a squat hold is back yourself up against the wall and get into this chair position as low as you can and just sit there. The next one is to do basically a static air squat. So I'm going to stay in this position. You can put your arms wherever you need to, down, forward, to the side, wherever. Stay in that squat position. The first 10-15 seconds are going to be a little bit easy. If you need to straighten up to give your muscles a little break, go ahead and do that. Keep those knees tracked over your feet. 20 seconds. You got this. All right. I would encourage you to try that exercise later and see how long you can actually stay in that position. That'd be cool. Okay, so our next one is going to be touch planks. So for here, if you're on a plank, you're going to tap your shoulders. All right. If you're able to get onto the ground, knee plank, tap those shoulders. Full plank, a little more difficult. Keep that plank position. Try to keep that body nice and stable. People have a tendency of doing this. Try to limit that motion. Try to keep the plank position. Tap your shoulders. You got to tighten that core and really concentrate on that core strength and just a very small little shift right and left so you can limit your movement as you tap your shoulders. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. Okay, we're back to our feet. So for our next move, we're gonna do a boxing move. So go ahead and make your legs a little bouncy. We're gonna punch forward, kick forward. Ready? And go. Punch and kick. Punch and kick. So if you want to progress this, do it super fast. If you're a little unsteady on your feet, have something in front of you, do that punch, and then just keep that kick a little bit lower. Even just getting it up off the ground to shift that body weight is a good space for some people. So punch. can do this one with weights too if you want. Little hand weights, not big ones, of course. It'd be rough. All right, our next exercise is going to be scissor kicks. So if you're able to get on the ground, go ahead and lay on your back. If you need to use a chair to do these scissor kicks, that is perfectly fine too. What I suggest is putting your hands underneath your tailbone, really drive that lower back into the ground, just to kind of preserve that. A lot of people have weak backs, sticking our legs out, and we're doing scissor kicks today, so nice big motions with our legs. You can keep your head elevated, or you can keep your head onto the ground, or whatever you need to do for today. If you're sitting, really grab onto that chair. Try to do these scissor kicks as best you can, even if you have to do one leg at a time. And rest. All right, we're back to our feet. We're gonna do single leg deadlifts next. So for single leg deadlifts, for those of you that are a little bit more unstable, grab onto a chair, turn off to the side to do these. So what it's gonna look like, you're gonna reach out, bend the knee, extend the back leg. So go ahead and do that. If you're unable, if you're not stable enough to be able to hold that position, just do this deadlift position like this, with both legs on the ground. We're really working our hamstrings on this one. And rest. All right, we're back onto the ground for this next one, another core exercise. If you're unable to get on the ground, you can do the sitting as well. But we're gonna get into this sitting position. We're gonna do Russian twists, so if you wanna use a dumbbell or a kettlebell for this too, you can. But the most important thing here is turning at 90 degrees each time. We're trying to engage the core. So as we go from side to side, really concentrating on keeping our arms in line with our body. To make it harder, we can lift our feet up and go side to side too. Further back you lean, the harder it's going to be. And rest. Whew. All right, here we go. Our last exercise is going to be a burpee. Level 1 burpees. Push up against the wall, stand it up. Okay, anybody can do that one. All right, ready and go. So the next burpee, just extend your legs, get in a plank, bring it back up, stand it up. You can jump it out, jump it back in, stand it up, jump it out, jump it back in, jump it up, or jump it out, push up, jump back in, jump it up. You do you. There's plenty of different types of burpees that you can do today to make it happen. Let's go. And rest. Awesome. If you're only doing run around with us today, you can proceed right to the stretching part of our routine. For the rest of us, let's go ahead and grab a drink. Kind of center your breathing. Burpees are kind of tough. Some nice deep breaths. If you're outside or by a window, just take a look out and find something that catches your attention. Blue sky, beautiful clouds, snow, mountains, some cleansing rain, whatever it is for you. Before we start round number 2, go ahead and grab a drink too if you like. I'm better do that. And here we go, round number 2. Off to the wood chop. Keep it nice and smooth. Get those ankles involved. Bend that knee and switch. All right, 5 seconds. And rest. All right, we got staggered push-ups next. Wall push-ups, knee push-ups, full push-ups, elevated push-ups, wherever you need to go today, make it happen. And whatever it is, make it a whole minute. Ready? And go. Moving our hands a little bit. What that does is hit our chest in a little bit different angle. Keep those elbows against your body, or no more than a 45-degree angle away from your body. Fifteen seconds. And rest. All right, we got squat holds next. So they can be against the wall, they can be air squats, whatever you choose for this particular exercise. Ready? And go. All right. Legs are probably starting to feel it after about 15 seconds. Excuse me. All right, halfway. Go to your happy place. All right, and rest. All right, our next exercise is touch planks. So again, planks off the wall, planks off the ground. Wherever you need to go for this exercise, go ahead and do it. Most important thing here is to keep that nice straight plank position. Shoulders, hips, ankles, all in alignment. And we're doing a massive amount of core control to keep that body nice and straight as we lift up each arm. Try not to wiggle the butt. I know it's hard. 15 seconds. And rest. All right, we are back up to our feet. Front jab, front kick, low kick. If you're a little bit more unstable, progress it to super fast if you need to. Twenty seconds. And rest. All right, we're off to scissor kicks. So you can do those on a chair or on the ground. Alrighty, nice big scissor kicks and go. Halfway, you can do it. Nice big kicks. Keep that lower back into the ground. All right, we're back to a single leg deadlift. Again, if you can only do a double leg deadlift, perfectly fine. You're still gonna work those hamstrings. Let's turn it to the side, leg out and reach. You can hold on to something if you need to. All right, 25 seconds. And rest. All right, we're in a chair or on the ground for our Russian twists. All right, again, the further you lean back, the harder it is. You can lift your feet up to make it even harder. But the most important thing is this is a core workout. So again, bring those arms to 90 degrees with your body. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. All right, we're on to burpees next. We can do it. And you can do wall burpees if you need to. If you need to regress these burpees, go for it. All right, ready and go. And rest. Whew. All right, 1 minute break in between rounds here. Whew. You can center your breath. If you're going to keep moving, then go ahead and keep moving. Take some deep breaths. Get ready for round number 3. All right. All right, we got wood chops first. Last round, we can do it. All right, legs a little further in hip distance. Let's put our hands together. Ready and go. Switch. Get full extension in that back. Give it a little twist too. Make it a little bit of a core exercise. And rest. All right, we got our staggered push-ups next. So against the wall, on your knees, full push-ups, whatever it takes. All right, ready? And go. Almost there, 10 seconds. All right. All right, squat holds are next. I feel like this is the longest one. It's because you're not moving very much. Ready? And go. All right, should start feeling the burn. If you need to pop up, go ahead and do that. 30 seconds to go. "15 seconds. Should be able to get a little deeper into that squat this time. And rest. All right, we got touch planks next. So into the plank position, keep that nice tight plank position, pull in the core, touch your shoulders. All right, let's go. Third time's a little bit harder. "30 seconds. Almost there. And rest. Up to our feet, a jab and a kick. We're getting there. This is halfway of our last round. Let's do it. Ready, and jab and kick. "30 seconds. And rest. All right, we are on the ground or a chair for scissor kicks. All right, nice big kicks with your legs. Ready? And go. You got this. You can speed it up if you need to. "20 seconds. Keep that core nice and tight. and rest. Whew. All right, we got single leg deadlift next. Or whatever deadlift you can manage. Ready? And go. Really tighten those glutes up when you get to the top. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, down on the ground for twists. Almost there. We got this. We got this. Ready? And go. Remember, turn those shoulders. Get that torso 90 degrees with your shoulders. 30 seconds. And rest. All right, we got burpees next. And burpees last. Don't forget the wall. If you need to do burpees off a wall, perfectly fine. All right, let's go. Thirty seconds. And done. Whew. We did it. Whew. All right. Let's take a few seconds just to take some deep breaths. Try to slow down the heart rate a little bit. Exhale twice as long as your inhale. Congratulate yourself for making it through this routine. All right, let's interlock those fingers and stretch it up. Stretch all the way through, push up through the hands. Let's go ahead and lean over to one side. Bring it back up. Let's lean over to the other side. All right, let's bring it around town. Nice big hula hoop motions with your hips. Nice and slow. We want to stretch out our legs as we go around. So really push out your hip each way as you go around. All right, let's switch directions. All right, let's roll out those shoulders one more time. And again, this isn't just about the shoulders. It's about stretching out the chest when your shoulders are back. It's about stretching out the upper back when your shoulders are forward. So nice and slow movements. Be very deliberate on this one. Stretch it out. All right, let's roll it the other way. All right, let's go into just a static lunge position on one side. Really stretch the inside of your leg here. All right, let's go over the other side. All right. Bam. We did it. Good job, everybody. I appreciate you being here. This is Coach Steve. Go ahead and follow at the bottom, either on YouTube or on Burn Along, and we'll see you next time.